children, this is Mansi, your teacher for subject English, back with another video of the same chapter we were dealing, that is The Road Not Taken. It's a poem written by Robert Frost. Okay, so in the previous video I have told you about the poem and the summary. I explained you the poem. Now I would like to discuss about the poetic devices present in this poem. So before delving into it, I would like to tell you what actually a poetic device is. You know, when we try to transform a language into literature, we have to use certain literary elements which is used for beautifying our language, which can make our language more beautiful, for which it will take the form of literature. There is a small difference between language and literature. As you know, that a language we use in conversations, but literature, it is a pleasure giving thing. So for that pleasure, we should have to use some unique elements in it, literary elements in it. And those literary elements are known as poetic devices or figures of speech. It is like the ornaments for language. Okay, remember this. Every figure of speech is like an ornament for a language for which it can be ornamentalized and it can be literature. Okay, so popularly this poem was written by Robert Frost, I told you, and it was published in 1961. Okay, and this poem, it is from a collection of poems, and the title of the collection is Mountain Interval. Okay, so now let me discuss first about the rhyme scheme of the poem. The rhyme scheme is perfectly given here. It is A B A A B. Let me tell you how it became A B A A B. We know that the rhyme scheme will be fetched out when we utter the last word of each line. So let's start reading, let's start uttering the last word of each line to find out the perfect rhyming scheme of every stanza. So as you can see in the screen, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Wood is the last word. And sorry, I could never travel both. Both is another type of word which is not rhyming with wood. So wood is A, both is B. Okay, then in the next line, the last word is stood, which is rhyming with the first word, that is wood. So A, B, A. Then again the last word is could, rhyming with the first word wood. And last word is undergrowth, which is rhyming with both. So here comes B. The rhyme scheme of this poem became A, B, A, A, B. Okay. So I hope you understood what rhyming scheme is, and in this poem how the rhyming scheme is A, B, A, B. Now let me discuss about the major themes of this poem. The poem comprises uncertainty and perplexing situation of the minds of people about what they may face when standing on the verge of making choices. I told you in the previous video that how sometimes our life may give us some options to be chosen. We are the people then on that particular time to decide which option is good for us, which option is better for us, which option can lead us in the better position in the future. So it's because life is full of choices, and the choices we make define the whole course of our lives. Similarly, in this poem, the narrator faces a situation during his travel. He finds two roads at a point diverged, and he has to choose one among the two roads. And he must abide by his choice also. He must be firm in his selection, that why he has chosen that particular road. He thinks that he may come back one day to travel on the other road. However, it's very illogical to think in this way, that life never gives another chance to be on the same point where we will get the same opportunities, two opportunities, and like two options, and in between those two options we'll have to choose one. So he has a feeling that his choice will confront him with new adventures and challenges. Okay, I had already told you about how one option can lead to another option, and that another option will lead to another different option, and from those options also we have to choose one, and that will take us to some other options. So life is full of choices, and our part is to justify our choice, justify our skill of making choices, justify our decision making skills. So that was it for the theme of this poem. So the first figure of speech we are going to deal with is metaphor. Okay, as we know, metaphor is a comparison between two dissimilar things without using words like, as, such as, etc. So let's see what are the metaphors used in this poem, The Road Not Taken. There are many metaphors in this poem actually. Okay, so for example, road, fork in the road, and yellow woods. The road in the poem is the metaphor of life. The road is compared with life, while the fork on the road metaphorically represents the choices. Okay, in the road of our life we will have fork like different diversions or different choices. So similarly, yellow woods are the metaphor of making decisions during the hard times of a person's life. See, these metaphors used in this poem to emphasize the importance of different decisions we make in different situations and their impacts on our life. So let's go to the next literary device, that's imagery. Okay, imagery is used to make the readers feel things through their five senses. When we indulge our five senses to decipher a feeling by an imagination of an image, okay, then we can say that we have used imagery here. The poet has used images of the sense of sights such as leaves, okay, yellow woods, yellow leaves, yellow woods, and these images help readers to actually perceive things they are reading. For example, see, when we are dealing with the word yellow words, somewhere the reader will definitely know that yellow words refer to the leaves of autumn. Okay, we'll have a picture in our mind of the autumn days, how the leaves will take the color, take the yellow color, and because of that all the forest looks completely yellow. So this is a visualized navigation, visualized illusion. It's a kind of visual illusion that the poet presents for us as an imagery. Okay, another poetic device we are going to deal with is assonance. As we know that assonance is the repetition of same vowel sound. We are having different vowels like A, O, E, U. These are the vowels. Okay, so if in any line of a poem we will see the predominance of a particular vowel sound, we may say that assonance is used here. In this last stanza of this poem, you can say that the line somewhere ages and ages hence, ages and ages hence. While uttering the line, you will have the domination of vowel A. Okay, A sound is having its predominance over this line. So assonance is used here. Now let me discuss another poetic device, that is consonance. Consonance, which is also known as alliteration, it's the repetition of consonant sounds, such as in the line you can see two roads diverged in a yellow wood. The very first line, two roads diverging in two roads diverged in a wood. Here in the last stanza also the same line is repeated. Two roads diverged in a wood. Here we will get the dominance of the consonant d. D sound is repeated, and in another line that thou as far as the passing there. Thou as far as the passing there. You can see in the second stanza, though as for that the passing there. So we will get the dominance of the sound. TH consonant is having its predominance in this particular line. Okay. So now let me discuss another poetic device, that's personification. Personification is the poetic device where we will personify, or we will give the human characteristic to any dead object or to any abstract idea. So here in the third line, you can see in the third line, because it was grassy and wanted weird. Third line of the second stanza. In the line, because it was grassy and wanted weird, we are saying that as if the road is human and that it wants to wear and it is to be used. So see, who actually uses things? A human. Who actually wears a thing? A human. But here we refer the road that it wears. Road cannot wear. So here to this dead object, dead thing, road, we are giving a personification, or we are giving the human characteristic that road also wears. So very clearly it is stated how the road is given a human characteristic like wearing. So personification is used in this particular line. So it was all about the presence of different poetic devices in this poem. There is a task for you. You have to write all the figures of speech which just now I discussed with you on a fine piece of paper. Okay, and just try to fetch out some more poetic devices from this poem. It's the task for you, and that's it for this video. In the next video, we'll be meeting with some of the question answers of this poem.